Hey everyone, welcome back with Beano Mac, where today we are going to continue our playthrough of Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. If you didn't know that, I don't know why you're here, because you clicked on the video and you should be able to read. If not, I'm sorry for offending you, but yes, that is what you're here for now, so you're gonna have to deal with it. So we just got to power up the helmet. Apparently the professor invented the use of the football helmet, I guess. I don't know if I exactly buy that. I'm just staying what the game is telling me here, folks. But, so now we can, charge our head. As you've seen, we use it to insert a book back into its proper place on the shelf. We can now kill enemies like this, creeper. He's probably thinking, jeepers, what did I get myself into with that one? And as you're about to see, we can now use it to destroy these cobwebs as well. So, yeah, I have access to quite a few more areas now, and of course, it's not always, as you can see, very accurate, and sometimes, you have to hit them pretty much head on for the most part, or else they'll just kind of tank the hit, and it just, for some reason the game just doesn't really, jeez, am I gonna be able to get out of here? The game doesn't really recognize it very well, the helmet. It has to be like head on, or else it just doesn't count as a hit. Alright, and I'm sure you guys have noticed even in the last episode. I think in the first one I said that I wasn't going to remove loading screens. As you may have been able to tell, I am able to do that at this point. I just, I had to rush the first episode a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Had to rush it because I had a few other projects I was working on. And now that those projects are over with, I can kind of take my time. Oh, jeepers. I can take my time and actually... have fun with this game and stuff like that. Which, it is a very fun game. You're gonna see a lot of frustration, kind of like what just happened there, where I took that guy out, but, somehow he hurt me too, far be it from me to call the game a liar. It's just, I kind of like fair and balanced gameplay at times, which this is, for the most part. It's just sometimes there's some cheeky moments with the physics here. So... you might see me get a little bit peeved, a little frustrated here, and of course we got, some puzzles, mechanics we're gonna do here. Is that actually a door? No, it is not, apparently. Jeez, this is a very unsafe kitchen. I don't think Gordon Ramsay would approve of this. Especially the fact I don't see any salt lying around, but... I would also say, I don't expect anybody to ever really watch my videos unless if guide is in the title. To think that these are guides, walkthrough guides on how to, get from place to place, which, I guess that's the case for my Just Bring It playthroughs. That was essentially how to unlock every character, except, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon, which, I've been asked to make guides on that. All it is you just have to unlock everybody else, every other thing in the game, and then, you'll unlock it and whatnot. But this isn't a, Just Bring It video. This is Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So we're going to continue on with that. But yeah, don't ever take any of my things as guides, playthroughs, and just, here to have fun, goof around, whatnot, which, you'll definitely see a lot more of that in this video because, this series, because I think I'm alright at this game, I'm okay at playing some kids games. It's just that, as you've already seen a few times in this video alone, I've already, died quite a few times, which it's a good thing you got infinite lives and whatnot, but I'm no 100% expert guy on this. Which, another thing one piece of advice I do have to give you guys is try and collect every single Scooby snack that you can, because if you do not, well, you're gonna have to go and backtrack a lot in this game, because it's all about, the Scooby snacks. Because it's like a Battle for Bikini Bottom. Okay, how am I supposed to get past this guy? I hate these stupid ghosts. We got him. But it's like a Battle for Bikini Bottom, in which you needed to grab all the shiny objects and stuff like that in order to progress through areas. You have to pay to play, essentially. Before that was mainstream. But unlike in Battle for Bikini Bottom, where you can get shiny objects by defeating enemies and destroying the same boxes that respawn and everything like that, all the collectibles are in this game are the Scooby snacks, and you need to collect every single Scooby snack in the game to get 100%. That's why I will not 100% this. I'm not putting myself through that to, you know, the stress to find, you know, 1 or 2 Scooby snacks left on the map, which if you do pause the game, you can look at the map and it will tell you the areas in which, you know, you still need to grab the Scooby snacks. Jeepers, it's the creeper! Whoa! Oh no, Shaggy. He's in trouble. I don't know why, I'm assuming it was just wax or whatever, but I don't understand why this area is slippery. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, folks. There we go. God damn, this stupid rat. That's why I gotta jump on this stinky little table that floats up and down. The headless specter. Yeah, the cool thing about this game is, speaking of Scooby snacks, is when you finish collecting all the Scooby snacks in an area, you get to look at production art, which, you know, I mean, what kid wouldn't want to look at, you know, why can't I get through this door? But I mean, what kid wouldn't want to, you know, collect all this stuff to look at, you know, how a game is made? And I don't know if it's like the emulator, if, you know, it works better on a CRT TV or CTR or whatever the heck it's called. You know, those old tube TVs, I'll call it. But I could not actually read any of the production art when I was doing this playthrough originally, so I'm not even going to bother with that. As you can see, there's a monster token there, which, you know, if you collect those, you can go to the monster gallery, which is right next to the start of the manor, and you put those in and you can see the full 3D models, which I am a big fan of. Once again, they did the same thing with Battle for Bikini Bottom, and we're gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna compare this game to Battle for Bikini Bottom. Battle for Bikini Bottom. I'm going to compare those 2 games because that's how I am. All right, I'm just saying, alright, you know, guys, these are my videos, so I'm not trying to be rude or anything, I'm just telling you guys, you know, this is my videos, my channels, I'm telling you how it is, so I'm gonna compare, you know, this game to Battle to Bikini Bottom because it's made by the same developers, the awesome Heavy Iron Studios. They're like the, they're like the Aki corporation of the kids' license games, we'll put it that way. Because, you know, they started off with the Scooby-Doo products, and, you know, eventually they got into SpongeBob, so they got the big major productions and stuff like that, but, yeah, with the, sorry, I'm not very good at continuing my points or staying on topic, but to continue my point about the Monster Gallery that I was going to mention is something that's legitimately cool. Is I'm sure, because this game, the Where Are You came out in the 70s, so a lot of kids, as iconic as Scooby-Doo was, I think they probably, the ones who are actually playing the game, probably grew up with a different type of Scooby-Doo, you know, the 80s and 90s Scooby-Doo, the one that people don't really look back on fondly, you know, like Scooby-Dum, with the new Scooby-Doo movies, and Pup Named Scooby-Doo I liked a lot. You know, just they had like all those crazy series and stuff like that. Then they had the movies, you know, Ghoul School was probably one of my favorite of all time. You know, the direct-to-DVD ones, of course. You know, Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost, all that sort of great stuff. But, you know, for Where Are You, they give you a lot of facts about all these monsters. Some of them are just kind of weird and useless, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you'll get really weird questions, like the name of, like, Shaggy's, like, sister in, like, Ireland or something, like, goofy like that, or, you know, odd jokes in which I feel like they could have given us a little bit better of, you know, trivia and stuff like that, but I just think it's cool. I loved it around this area, too, how this was kind of like, you know, kid games, you know, I get it, it doesn't really make much sense to put, like, things like concept art or, you know, weird developer videos or stuff like that, but I think a thing I loved around this time was the fact that a lot of games, this was kind of the king of that era, and some games still do it, but I think this era did it the best. You know, you had model viewers in which you could kind of just get a really good look at the whole thing. I think the best modern example for those guys are Resident Evil, the remakes anyway, where you can look at the monster models and stuff for doing the checkpoints and stuff. And I know most people don't really care about that stuff, but that's what I loved about, you know, these games, and loved about this era, especially, you know. If it wasn't, you know, the concept art or something like that, it was, you know, the hundreds of playable characters, like an Outbreak. You could buy you know, a whole bunch of the characters that were in the levels that usually ended up dying, but you get to play as them or whatever instead of the main characters. And you could also buy concept art relating to the areas, and they would tell you a little more lore about, you know, the stuff that was going on in there as well. So lots of cool stuff, you know, from Resident Evil Outbreak, the Mortal Kombat games. I loved that whole thing. You know, these kid game era stuff. You know, I just adored, I guess you could say, that kind of stuff. And it felt like Mortal Kombat was my favorite to do that during the 3D era, where they actually tell you, hey, this is the idea, you know, like 4-player combat and deception, you know, this is exactly what they were gonna do, you know, this was our idea, we're just gonna like implement it or something like that. I like that, where it actually doesn't just give you a random picture and we're supposed to speculate, which, you know, sometimes that's kind of cool, but for the most part, it just kind of felt like, you know, they put it in there just to put it in there, whereas around this time when they did stuff like that, they would tell you a little bit about like what you were looking at, you know, whether it's Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat, you know, stuff like that, which is awesome because, you know, I just love, I'm not really even interested in game design or anything like that. I just like to see, you know, stuff that we could have had, and, you know, original ideas and stuff like that. So, you know, if you agree with me on that stuff and love that stuff, you know, holla if you hear me in the comments and tell me what, you know, some other good games that kind of give you that, you know, give you those bonuses and stuff that you can usually get from a in-game shop or whatever. But yeah, I'm having a tough time figuring out where I'm supposed to be going here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we'll be able to get through this area quicker later on once we have another invention. That all that this game is getting invention to invention and whatnot, so we can get to more areas and explore, which is a pretty cool. I think it works for Scooby-Doo because, you know, you're trying to solve the mystery here. We got him, folks. Alright, I actually thought that these stairs were gonna come down on me too. I got some really weird pictures in this manor, by the way. And some of them move. But like I said, get every single Scooby snack you can, because you're gonna need, I think, like about 80% of the game completed before you can get to the final area. And trust me, when you think you have enough, you don't. You're gonna be back to 0 before you know it. So, like, I got 700, you know, almost 800, I should say. I didn't even realize that's what I was doing, but, you know, no problem, Shaggy. But I think this might also be another door in which I need to pay to enter. So, you know, you have to run into Shaggy and press the button. I don't know what this tile on the floor is for then, but now we can use them to toss us up. Sometimes we have to toss him up too. You know, hijinks ensue. It's Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Yeah, look at that painting's eyes bulge out. Can't really get a good look at it, but
hey, don't forget about me, Scoob.
Ah, I see. So that's what that's for. Is there a painting on the underside of this like floor here? I don't want to check, but because I don't want to have to jump back down here or whatever. All right, I guess we don't have to pay to play.
See you, pal.
See you, pal. This looks interesting. Man, this manor is in quite the state of disrepair, if I say so myself. I don't know how anybody lives in here. I kind of feel bad for Holly, I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of which, I love the original Where Are You show and stuff like that, but man, I don't know what it is, but I just was not a fan of. I know it's one of the most iconic ones, but I was not a big fan of the Creeper episode. I don't know, it just didn't jive with me, I guess. But I did like the one with the zombie and the witch. That was a classic. Which witch is which? Okay, I'm hoping that they're not going to attack me. Jeez Louise, alright. And I like I said, the worst parts, not like worse as far as like bad game design, but the most annoying parts to me in this game are just the parts where like they have enemies that you can't kill, and that's a lot of parts in the game, so get ready for some grade A complaining in the most monotone voice you've ever heard, folks. But before we get into any of that, this is going to be the end of this particular video here, folks. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Make sure to check out next week's episode as well. And above all else, please remember to have a nice day.